Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be comparing three really popular 80s basketball retros. So 80s basketball retros are one of my favorite types of silhouettes. The combination of the classic design and the great materials used is what really does it for me. Obviously, each brand has their own line of basketball shoes, and their basketball retros all look different and have their own types of materials and build quality. In this video, I'm gonna go over my three favorite 80s basketball silhouettes: the Air Jordan 1, the New Balance BB 550, and the Adidas Forum 84. So let's start out with pricing. So the Air Jordan 1 retros come in a low top variant, a mid top variant, and a high top variant. The low top variant usually retails around $90. The mid top variant usually retails anywhere between $120 to maybe $135. And the high top model, the one with the best materials and the most sought after model, usually retails for around $170 and a little bit more if it's a collab or something like that. So the Adidas Forum 84 comes in both a low top and a high top variant. The low top variant usually retails from around $90 to $100, whereas the high top variant usually retails from anywhere between $110 to $130. I will say that the Forum 84 is still a relatively new retro, so the prices are a little all over the place. And in this video specifically, I'm going to be going over the Forum 84 variant. I know Adidas also has just a regular Forum. I don't really know the specific differences, but there are differences and they are different models, so just to let you know. And the same thing goes with the Adidas Forum 84 as well as the Air Jordan 1. Any collab or special version will usually cost more. So as of right now, the New Balance 550 has only retroed in the low top variant. In the past, New Balance basketball sneakers had usually like a high top, a mid top, and a low top variant. There were some high and mid top variants that looked a lot like the 550, but they unfortunately haven't retroed yet. And I really want them to retro. I definitely cop them if they retro them and release them. So the New Balance 550 and the low top variant typically retails for around $110. And the same goes for the New Balance 550. Any special collab or special version usually retails for higher. Like I think the ALD collab retailed for $130. Honestly, there's not much to say a lot about comfort-wise because all of three of these fit the same comfort category in the sense that these are, as I stated before, 80s basketball retros, and they were only made today for lifestyle wear and for looks. They all feature the same hard rubber outsole and midsole, with the exception of the Air Jordan 1 with that air unit inside the insole, but today in 2021, that small air unit in a thick rubber outsole with leather surrounding your foot isn't the most comfortable thing in the world. That small air bubble, that small air cushioning technology doesn't do much to cushion your foot compared to Nike Zoom Air and like the Air Jordan 35 and any proprietary foam systems in any shoe brand. So the combination of the hard rubber outsole and the possibility of the leather having to be broken in means that all three of these shoes are relatively not that comfortable and should be only worn for lifestyle wear. So moving on to materials and build quality, all three shoes typically feature leather and suede uppers, and they are usually in varying degrees of quality. It doesn't matter what the colorway is or if it's a collab, it's always a gamble with Air Jordan 1s in terms of quality, which is very unfortunate given the price. The colorway I have right now is the bread toe colorway, and I gotta say, this is pretty good leather quality in terms of made in China Air Jordans compared to some other Jordan 1s. The leather is pretty buttery, and the tumbled leather quality is good as well, and it creases well as well, and there's nothing really wrong with it. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about most other Jordan 1 colorways. Your mileage will vary. Again, As I said earlier, it's always a gamble with Jordan leather and suede quality. With the Jordan 1 being one of the most popular sneakers like ever, it's almost impossible to get these for retail, with the sneakers app and boutiques almost always instantly selling out no matter the colorway or the collab. So you can't really get them in store and feel the quality for yourself. You'll have to buy them and hope it has good leather quality, and if you don't really like it, you'll have to hope that it resells for a decent amount. As stated earlier, the Jordan 1s are usually made in China, and that is obviously nothing to write home about. To sum it up, Jordan 1 quality is usually a gamble, no matter the colorway or the collab, and made in China quality, you never know. Sometimes it's pretty good, sometimes it's pretty bad, which is unfortunate. As for the Adidas Forum 84, so far, I will say that both the Forum 84 and the 550 have a smaller sample size compared to the Jordan 1. Obviously, because they just recently retroed. The 550 really just began to retro last year, and the Forum 84 began to retro late last year and early this year. But so far, the Forum 84, from what I've seen in reviews and getting a pair in hand myself, for the price, the quality is pretty solid. Like, the leather on this shoe specifically is pretty smooth and didn't really require any time, to break in, and they feel good on feet. The suede quality is nothing to write home about, but I mean, a made in China suede quality, when coming from a guy who has a lot of made in USA and made in UK New Balance suedes, I mean, any other suede is just trash compared to that. So it's a little hard to critique the suede, especially knowing that it's coming from China. But I mean, the suede quality it's okay. I mean, I wouldn't really call it bad, but it's nothing compared to made in USA or made in UK New Balance suedes. But the leather quality is pretty solid, especially for the retail price. As I said earlier, with the max retail price of around maybe $110 for regular Forum 84s, that's not bad. The quality for that price, not bad at all. Especially when you compare it to Air Jordan 1 lows and mids. Those, well, sometimes they don't even use really leather or suede at all. It's just it's like C-tier materials for those, and I guess that's why they're a lot cheaper. But when you compare, or at least this colorway specifically, with some Jordan highs, it's actually pretty crazy how good the quality on these are compared to some of the $170 plus Jordan 1 highs. So overall, for the Adidas Forum 84, in terms of quality, it's pretty great for the price. Next up is the New Balance 550. And obviously, as I stated earlier, the New Balance 550 doesn't come in a high or mid-top variant yet. If they do retro, I'll definitely do a comparison with them, but right now we only have the low-top version. As stated earlier, these are also retail for around $110, with the higher end collabs retailing a little bit above it. But this GR release with the $110 price tag, the leather quality is pretty solid. It did take some time to break in, but obviously sneakers are meant to be worn, and if you wear your sneakers, the leather quality will break in and fit around your feet and feel good. Overall, there's nothing much to be really said about the New Balance 550 other than solid leather quality for the price. The $110 price point is pretty low, and the quality for that price is pretty great as well. This colorway specifically is also made in China, just like the two other basketball shoes I have. So all three are made in China, two of which retail for around $110, maybe $100, and have pretty solid leather quality. Whereas the Jordan 1 High, which is supposed to have the highest leather quality out of all three different Jordan 1s, unfortunately, it's a gamble in terms of quality with that. One last thing you gotta consider is the hype. And obviously, out of these three silhouettes, the Jordan 1 is like the most popular sneaker of all time. So the hype for the Jordan 1s, almost no matter what the quality is, will always be there, and it will almost always be impossible to get for retail. Resale prices usually depend on the colorway, but resale prices for Jordan 1s are usually pretty high and above the retail price. The Adidas Forum 84 in both variants, as well as the New Balance 550, usually sell out, some faster than others depending on the colorway. But in terms of resale, the prices aren't too bad. It's nothing too crazy over retail. With the exceptions of some of the hype collabs, like obviously the New Balance ALD collab is reselling for pretty high prices. But the GR colorways, you can usually find them for only like probably a max of like $90 over retail, and that's like the max. If you can find maybe even a used pair for barely over retail, it's definitely a great deal for either the New Balance 550 or the Adidas Forum 84. Overall, for the most bang for your buck shoe, in my opinion, would have to go to either the Forum 84 in either variant or the New Balance 550. Honestly, both of these for the price and the quality that you get for the price is the best. Like, you're paying a max of $110 and you get a quality shoe. There's no denying that the Air Jordan 1 is one of the most iconic sneakers of all time, and I really love this colorway, but the unfortunate fact that it usually retails at $170 and it's almost impossible to get for retail, coupled with the fact that the quality is almost always a gamble, means that I don't really recommend buying Jordan 1s, or at least in the current state of resale and the retail prices. But unfortunately, as time goes on, Jordan 1s are just going to get even more expensive. In terms of copying, I'd say go for either of these. These two are classic 80s basketball retros. These will always age over time. Like all three of these shoes are like decades old and they still look great. And you could probably still say the same decades from now. So I say get these while they're cheap, because the prices for these are just gonna go up in the future, and I'd hate to bite the bullet on a shoe that you'll have to wait for to retro yet again. So that's gonna do it for this video. Comment down below which of these three is your favorite model to look at and wear, and let me know which you think is the best quality. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, follow me on my socials, and I'll catch you in the next one.